This is the best SMMA digital marketing agency outreach systems for 2020. What's up, everybody? My name is Jordan, and for those of you that are new to my channel, this channel is all about sharing my experiences, my knowledge, my mistakes to you guys so that you can grow your own digital marketing agency. Before I get started with the best outreach systems and my roadmap to landing more clients for your agency, your social media marketing agency, your digital marketing agency, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already yet. We recently just hit 1,000 subscribers, and I'm going to continue to stay strong and go strong with this channel. So subscribe to the channel, be a part of the notification gang, and give it a big thumbs up. So let's go ahead, let's jump right into my favorite systems to land new clients for your agency. I get questioned all the time, Jordan, what is the best outreach method? What is the best way to land new clients? How can I get new clients from my agency, Jordan? I'm stuck. I don't know where to go. I don't know where to begin. Now, assuming that you already have, a skill, a service to offer to businesses and clients, where you can exchange for, money, pretty much. I'm going to be sharing with you guys two systems to land new clients, two automated systems to land new clients, guys. So I already drew it out on this whiteboard here, so hopefully it makes it easier for you guys to follow along. So nonetheless, let's go ahead, let's jump into my methods and strategies here. Now, everything starts with the outreach method, guys. Now, you guys always ask me, Jordan, what is the best outreach method? What's the best way to reach out to clients, get new clients, whatever, right? And the answer to that question is that there is no best method. There is no best strategy to land new clients, because every niche is different. Every business is different, and at the end of the day, what it comes down to is what works best for you and your business and your niche, right? So, for example, you might be one of your outreach methods might be cold calls, right? And you might be a great cold caller and you're getting a ton of new clients from cold calling. That is your outreach method, right? That is your go-to outreach method, and you're going to want to double down on cold calling because that's going to get you more clients. Now, there's going to be other agency owners out there who aren't great at cold calls. Like for myself, when I first started out my agency, I sucked at cold calls. I'm terrible at cold calls. I'm terrible at sales. I had no experience in any of that. And so that is not what I focused on, right? That was not good for me. That is not an outreach method that I use, or I don't even use that to this day, to be honest with you guys. And so what it comes down to is what you guys need to figure out what works best, right? So it might be through cold emails, cold calling, what else is there? LinkedIn. I have other methods. It's throughout my YouTube channel. If you just go through my channel, I have a bunch of different strategies that I share with you guys to land new clients. I also have an 80-minute webinar training. The link's in the description, where I teach you my automated systems to land new clients and how I've done it, how I've scaled my agency from 0 to 6 figures. So really, it comes down to finding what outreach method works best for you and how, getting more clients, right? Because you obviously want to double down what works and what and leave out what doesn't work, right? So that's what you guys got to figure out is, all right, what am I going to use to reach out to clients, right? It might be cold emails, whatever it is that you decide to do. And then from there, obviously, you're always improving every single of these systems, right? You always want to improve things, right? So let's say you've chosen cold emails and you got some results, you got some responses here and there, but obviously, you always got to improve your systems, right? So constantly improve the messaging, the templates, how you reach out, the time of the day, maybe, whatever it is, always improving that system. Now, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to take this route right here where the red is. This is my favorite system because this is a system that I use, and this is the same exact system and steps that I use for my own agency. And this is how we've exactly scaled my agency from 0, no marketing experience or tech skills, all the way to now. We had our best month in July. We made $17,000 that month, and we're looking to finish this fourth quarter of 2020 strong, right? So here's the method that we used to scale my agency. And what I do is we do the outreach method, right? We are reaching out to prospects, and we're not selling our services, we're not selling our features, we're not saying, hey, Mr. Business Owner, we are the best marketing company, we can give you we do track conversion, we're the best Google ads company, we're the best SEO company, we're the best digital marketing, social media marketing management company, right? We're not none of that. That is not the focus. The focus of our outreach method, when we're going to take this way right here, this method, when we're using this method, what we're trying to sell in our outreach messaging is our VCL system. Now, for those of you that don't know my VCL system yet, I explain it a lot more in depth in my webinar training, but for a brief overview of what a VCL system is, it's basically a training video that positions your company as the authority, as the solution to the prospect's needs, right? So the VCO system is going to close your client without you having to say a single word. Now, for those of you, I just said that I sucked at selling when I first started out, and I thought I was wasting a ton of time hopping on sales calls and not closing deals. I'm wasting money, I'm wasting time, I'm not seeing results, right? So I needed to figure out a way where I can close my clients a lot more effectively. So that's when I created my VCL system, and that's been able to automate my sales part partially. And that's how we've been able to close clients before even hopping on a call with them. That's why my agency, we have such a high closing rate on our first initial phone call. We don't really have too many of those follow-up calls where we have to call 3-4 times to close a client. We normally close a client on our first initial phone call. All right, so that's the VCL system. So yeah, the outreach method, our main focus is to get them, to sell them on watching our VCL system, watching our training video on our website or landing page or whatever it is that you have set up. Okay, if you want to learn more about that, it's in the webinar training. The link is in the description. Okay, so the VCL system is super powerful. This is what I really focus on in this process here. The VCL system is the most important piece. This is what it's kind of like the make it or break it of the system. If your VCL system, if you don't have this together, then all this isn't going to work, right? So this is the most important part, and then the second most important part is probably your outreach method, because you got to come up with a script when you're reaching out to potential clients, is to sell them on watching this VCL system. So you got to hype them up, say what you got to say to get them to go through to your next step, okay? And from here, you really need to double down on the VCL system and make sure you're hitting all their pain points and getting them, emotionally invested into you and believe in your product or service, right? So the VCL system, I cannot stress this enough. It is super important. This is where you need to really double down, triple down, quadruple down, because this right here is what closes the client for you. And this is the reason why we can close clients on our first initial phone call. All right, so after the prospect watches our training, they now have the option to, they know what we do, they know our pricing. We can include our pricing in the video. It's an option, or we can just discuss it over the phone call once you get to know them a little bit better. But I just give the price up front. Whatever, you can do it however you want. I like to just be transparent. Hey, this is what we do. This is how much we charge. This is our guarantee. All right. So after they watch the training video, they then click on a button that takes them to the calendar link, and that's where they can book a call. Before booking a call, we do ask a couple of questions, simple questions like how much what is your how much are you currently spending on advertising? What's your monthly ad budget look like? What are you looking to do with marketing? And then that kind of tells me, all right, is this person, eligible, right? Are they a good candidate to become a client? Because we do get people who book a call before that, say that we hop on a call and it turns out that they don't have any money, right? So we don't want to hop on calls with people who don't have money. And so by asking, how much they're currently spending on marketing or what their budget is, we have a better understanding of if they're going to be able to invest into marketing, right? So that's going to save some time. So from there, once they prospect the book call, we qualify them with our questionnaire, a couple questions, and from there we hop on a reassurance call. Now, I call it a reassurance call. I don't call it a sales call, right? A lot of people would call this one a sales call. I don't call it a sales call. I call it a reassurance call. Now, let me spell that right. The reason why I call it what I call it reassurance call is because we're not even hopping on this call to try to sell them on anything, right? Most people is going to hop on sales calls. This is more of a reassurance call, and the purpose of this whole call right here is to hop on and let our prospects know that, hey, we can provide clients to you. We know you had some previous marketing companies. We know what you're currently doing. Whatever it is, this is what we can do. This is why we're the solution. This is why we're the bridge, and we can get you from point A to point D, right? Whatever your desires are. And that's how we're able to close calls on that initial one. And it's because we're not really hopping on to, we're skipping the discovery call, right? We're hopping on and we're letting them know, we're reassuring them that, hey, Mr. Business Owner, we can most definitely help you, right? So because prior to them hopping on this phone call with us, they already went through our VCO system and they already know what we do. They know what we charge. They already believe in our agency. They already believe in our company to be able to fulfill that service, right? So that's why that VCO system is so important, because we need to use that to position ourselves as the experts, as a solution. From here, on the reassurance call, we're just asking probing questions, getting to know our client prospect a little bit better. What are you doing? What are you currently doing? What has worked? What has not worked? What are your goals? What are you looking to do? And so from there, that's how we're able to close calls a lot faster. And this is the method that I've used. This is my go-to method. This alone has gotten me to 6 figures, guys. 6 figures. And I've only had my agency for, we hit 6 figures within a year, net revenue, net income, I should say. And so now we're just, trying to get that up to 7 figures. Yep. So we're trying to get that up to 7 figures. So I built up my agency to 6 figures within that 12 months of starting up my agency. Now we're trying to really scale it up, right? So that is my go-to method, guys. If you guys have any question of my go-to method, leave a comment in the comment section below. I always get back to everything. If you want to learn more about the VCO system, the link is in the description. Now, moving on to the second method, which is also another very popular method for most agency owners. I do use this method, but it is not my preference because, like I said, I like to close calls on the initial phone call. It just saves everybody a lot more time. My sales team love it much better because leads that are coming through here are warm leads, right? Because they're going through our VCO system. They know who Jordan Lee is. They know what he does. They know what his company's name is. They know his numbers. They see his case studies. They see the testimonials. Everything is in this system right here. And so by the time we get here, all right, yep, Jordan Lee can do everything that we talked about. This, the next steps is to onboard you. Here's the proposal, sign the proposal, and we start getting you results right away, right? So that is my go-to method. Now the second method, guys, is the discovery call method. This is a very popular method with agency owners. This is what most people teach, I believe. And when you see people posting, I got 30 new appointments this week, it's probably all discovery calls. Nothing to really brag about because they're all cold leads. Nonetheless, it's still great to keep your calendar filled, right? I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying, as far as closing rates, closing methods, this first process is a lot more effective and I enjoy it a lot better. But this method it's still very effective to get new clients, and I'm gonna go over with you guys as well. So start with the outreach method, right? You need to select what outreach method it is, 1, 2 methods, or you might have a multiple methods to use. Obviously, when you're first starting out, you might not be doing a whole lot of different methods because you might be doing things manually. But as you grow your agency, you got a little bit more money, or depends on how much capital you have. That's when you can start automating your agency with VAs, tools and softwares and things like that. So you can start doing more outreach methods to keep your calendar even more filled, right? So So our outreach method, now our goal with this method is no longer sending them to our VCL system, right? We're not trying to sell them on our training video or lead magnet or anything like that, right? The goal now is to book a call, is to get them to book a discovery call, right? And I want to back up a little bit. The reason why this method is popular as well, and it's it's effective, is because not all business owners have the time to watch a 30-minute video to go through a VCL system and watch a 30-minute training video, or read a lead magnet ebook. They sometimes they don't want to put out time for that. They just want things straight up. They just want the answer. They just want you to give it to them. How much is it going to cost, right? Or what is it that you do exactly? Just tell me upfront what you do, right? And so they kind of just want to skip this part, and they just want to hop on the call with you and tell me, they just want to know what you do. And it's a little bit tough for that method because there's business owners are always getting hounded by marketers, so it's kind of tough, which is why I like this route better. But I'm not saying that this route, you shouldn't avoid this route at all, right? So the goal of the outreach method here, when you're sending out your messages, is to get them to book a call, a discovery call. And that that might go somewhere along the lines of, hey, Mr. Business Owner, we are XYZ company. We do XYZ for your XYZ results. I mean, your niche. We've had great results for your niche, and we can do the same for you, right? Are you available anytime over the next week or so to connect for a few minutes to see if we would be a good fit for each other, right? So that would be kind of like the message, not word for word, obviously, but that's kind of like the goal of it. And then to book a call. That's the goal, is to book a call, right? So once prospect books a call, now we are hopping on a discovery call. Okay, we are hopping on a discovery call. Obviously, they're talking to you for the first time. They've never heard of you. They don't know who you are, know your company, what you do. You are a stranger. This is a cold lead, and my sales team, they don't like cold leads. They prefer not to get cold leads, and I'm starting to kind of stray away from this method. This method, though, however, if you're starting out, it works because your calendar is filled, right? You want to keep your calendar filled. That keeps you a little bit excited and motivated to actually see some results and hop on potential client calls, right? However, you will, even though you fill your calendar up with these calls, most of those calls aren't going to close, right? Because they don't know anything about you. And so on that discovery call, guys, you're really kind of just breaking down what it is that you do, how you can help them. You're asking them questions to get to know them a little bit better. What is it that they do, what has worked, what hasn't worked, and what their goals are. So you're asking more probing questions and stuff like that. And really, it's kind of just a call to get to know each other and see if you guys are a good fit for each other. You're gonna get a better understanding of what they do, and from there, you just let them know why you are the solution to what they need, what their desires are, and what their needs are. So that's the discovery call, and that's a lot of what a lot of agency owners do. Whenever you see like 20 booked appointments in a single day, it's most likely they're all discovery calls, which is why the closing rate isn't as high, and you have to do follow-up calls, follow-up emails in order for you to close that client. It's a little bit longer process. Nonetheless, it still works. It's a good way to fill up your calendar. This method, your calendar isn't going to be as filled, but every time you do get a booked appointment, you know that it's a warm lead. They went through your VCL system, and you have a higher chance to close that client compared to a discovery call and trying to follow up with them, right? So this is a good way to fill up your calendar. This one is a good way to, you're not filling up your calendar as much, but your closing rate is going to be a lot higher. So on the discovery call, they're going to most likely want to think about it, talk to their dogs, their mom, their wives, their kids, whatever, their business partners. They need to think about it. They're going to need some time to, to think about your services, what you just offered on the discovery call, and they're gonna ask you, oh, get back to me next week or next month or whatever it is. But yeah, they're gonna want to talk to their kids, their dogs, whatever it is. And it's really important that you guys schedule a follow-up call on that discovery call. Don't wait until after discovery call and then send a follow-up email. Hey, let's schedule something. It's important that you schedule a follow-up call on that discovery call. Don't let them go until they schedule it, unless they don't know. They want to say, hey, I don't really know, I need to talk to my dogs, or just get back to me tomorrow and then we can schedule something, right? Obviously you don't want to push things, but the objective is to schedule a follow-up call on that discovery call. That's important, right? So you can say, hey, Mr. Business Owner, when do you think you'll talk to your dog about it? When would be a good time to reconnect? Is it, should we reconnect this Friday, around the same time? And business owner might say, hey, maybe let's do next Tuesday around the same time is a lot better. And okay, that works. And you guys could schedule that. So that way it's, you kind of get their half committed into having that follow-up call, instead of just after discovery call they might ghost you, right? So it's better to schedule that follow-up call on the discovery call. Now after that, obviously you're gonna have to do your follow-up call. It might take more than one call to close, because hey, I'm still working with another marketing company, we're working out the contracts, we're trying to get away from that, we're waiting to end it, or whatever it is that they're waiting on. I need to talk to my finance guys, make sure the money is there, all that stuff. So it might take more than one follow-up call, one follow-up email, and that's why this road, it takes a little bit longer. It may take a little longer to close that client. It takes a little bit more work. This method takes a little less work, but it's a more effective. Nonetheless, both methods are effective. It depends on what outreach method you're using as well. Some outreach methods, this route might be better, get better responses, more responses, and some methods where they just want to get to the point and they rather just book a discovery call or a call and get to know what you do better. Or sometimes they just want to know upfront through emails or whatever. They would say, just email me what it is that you do and things like that. All right, so let me know in the comment section below which methods you guys are currently using, which methods you enjoy better, and maybe how we can improve these systems. Is there anything I'm missing? Is there anything else that you guys would add to this to make it a better system, so that we can close SMMA clients a lot easier and better? Let me know in the comment section below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, join the notification gang. We are currently at 1K subscribers. That's crazy. I am officially over 1 year into my YouTube channel. I have not missed a single week of dropping content. We're dropping 2 to 3 videos every single week. So if you want to learn how to grow your agency with me, join the journey, be a part of the community. I got the Facebook group, we got the webinar training, links in the description, the bio, whatever it is. Follow me on Instagram, and yeah, comment below what you guys would add to this, or anything, or if any feedback to it. Did you guys like it? Did you guys not like it? Other than that, subscribe to the channel, turn on that notification, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.